Hey everybody. Oh my gosh, as the camera came on, I realized how sad I look. So I wanted to just take a moment and capture what I'm feeling right now as it pertains to my story. So, about 7 years ago, I sent a one-way letter to my birth mother, to the adoption agency in South Korea, with no intention of having a relationship with her, but just to let her know how grateful I was for her role that she played in my life, and to let her know that that I was so happy and living such a good life. And surprisingly, she ended up writing back. And so for the last couple of years, we've been able to get to know each other a little bit. I have been able to learn a lot and have a lot of closure about my beginning. And, I really wanted to do this video with you because this is just how amazing life is. Because this about 10 minutes ago, I had written her a letter a few weeks ago suggesting that finally I had this idea of us getting on a video chat, and that I had a friend who would translate for us so that we could see each other. Like, I was finally ready to do that. And so she wrote back, and she is needs to say goodbye for a while. And it just really speaks to the sacrifice that she's made. Her safety is in jeopardy if people find out about me. And so she asked for my forgiveness, and that she can't talk to me anymore. So, this is one of those times when life has been preparing me for this moment, because in trying to reconcile my my bond with my kids and my people who I care about the most in my life, I've had to face loss. I've had to face some really pivotal moments, like when I was a baby and I was an infant, and be able to welcome loss, be able to welcome endings so that they weren't keeping me from love and from attachment. I should have brought some tissues with me. This is like so disgusting. Hold on one second. Okay. It's like, right? Like, this is maybe this is not a good idea. And just the other day, this is where I'm going with this, is that life is always preparing you for what you're about to receive. You are getting what you really want. And just the other day, I was doing a video chat with a really good friend, and we were winding down our video chat, and for some reason I felt like sharing some story about endings and about loss with her, and how I'm starting to actually feel and allow myself to get sad about when a relationship has to end. And I don't know why I told her. I just, it kind of just came out of my mouth, like as we were saying goodbye, almost like, oh, wait. I don't want to let you go. I want to tell you this story. And I told her about a recent friendship that had to end, just in the way that we had been friends, and it wasn't any of our faults, but it has to transition. And so she ends up telling me about a new technique that she learned. It's this cord cutting technique, where you go through this process of letting someone go and like cutting that cord, cutting that spiritual connection you have, and releasing them. And at the time, for some reason, I immediately said, oh my gosh, yeah, like I'm totally down with that. Like that sounds so great. I think I need to do that with like a lot of people from my past. I said, and maybe it'll help my birth mother and I for some reason. And even when I said it at the time, I didn't know why I said it, because I thought, well, we're still in each other's lives. So why would I have to cut ties with her and let her go? And then I get the letter today. Right? So less than 72 hours ago, life gave me the tool that I would need 3 days later. And, I just, as I'm sitting in these feelings and, these mixed emotions, like how grateful I am that I even have answers. Like how many children who are adopted never get answers? And I have so much of my story that I never would have had without her being willing to share. And yet at the same time, gosh darn it, it's another ending. It's another tie that's going to have to be let go of. And so I'm totally glad that I can watch this video in a few minutes. I'm going to do this cord cutting thing. I'm going to honor her wishes, because that's love. And I'm going to do this cord cutting, and I'm going to do it, for both of us. So I wanted to just pause and tell all of you, like if you're feeling for whatever reason, like you're going to grieve, or go through some kind of loss like this, that I hope and I believe that if you're listening and you're watching to what's going on around you and to the people who are talking to you and sharing ideas with you, that you recognize that they're preparing you for what is about to happen, that they are going to offhanded remark and what may seem like random wisdom at the time, that it's all setting you up to be ready. And you will be ready. And, sadness and endings, I've come to realize, are not bad. They, when I think of like cutting a tie with somebody, right? I think of that freedom, like what's going to happen because of that freedom. Where are you going to be able to fly because of that freedom? Because you're no longer holding on to something that maybe wasn't ever really yours, maybe no longer serves you, honestly. I'm not sure, what'll end up happening, but as I am deciding to share and explore what is my story, what's my TED Talk, book, article, bio, like what is all that? What pieces am I going to keep? What am I going to throw away? What am I going to share? What am I going to not share? This is a pivotal moment. This is worth sharing because this is big. This is a really big turning point. And, we don't get to decide. I didn't get to decide whether she responded 7 years ago or not. And she did, and that was a gift. And I don't get to decide that she's saying goodbye right now either. But I'm going to do my best to look at it like a gift and to figure out what kind of freedom this brings me now. And so I just encourage you, if you're going through anything, that you can relate to this. Maybe someone in your life is not showing up the way that you want them to. Maybe it's time for you to be the one to say goodbye. Maybe it's time to allow the other person to say goodbye and for them not to feel responsible for you anymore. I think of it like how I must have let her know enough that I don't need her, for her to honor her own needs and to not create this codependency, and for her to speak up about her own needs in her life right now. And that's love too, right? We need to speak up about our own needs and our own relationships in our life. We need to tell someone when this isn't working anymore. So just remember that, and remember to be on the lookout and be listening to all the tools that people are going to be giving you in preparation for your next thing. I'll let you know how the cord cutting goes. I'm sure there'll be a lot of emotions, but I'm going to go into it with love and with full awareness as to why I'm going to do it. And thanks for being here and for not judging me for wiping my nose on my scarf the whole time. Believe me, I'm going to put in the laundry. I'm actually doing laundry right now, so it's perfect timing. But anyway, so until next time, much love, and just keep being true to you.